Finding a few extra minutes in your day is the goal so you can spend more time doing what you love. All this week, we're sharing strategies to save you time, and today, kitchen time savers that make meal prep easier and faster for the home cook. My next guest is happy to spend time in the kitchen, but confession time, Becky Low says she doesn't spend hours in the kitchen cooking. You don't?
I don't. I don't. I have to admit.
Does that feel good to get that off your chest?
Yeah. You know what? You now know true confession here.
You're all about being efficient, really, is the key.
I am. It's about efficient, and it's also about priorities. So the very first one is that we need to set the priority, and it's a difference of feeding or nourishing people. And so when I'm doing it with nourishing, then it's because of love and security and helping them to feel confident, and it changes my attitude.
What a great mood changer for the kitchen. I'm going in my mind to dinner time that's so crazy and so hectic. I'm waiting for Mark to get home. I'm trying to feed 2 babies. But if you think of nourish, I'm nourishing these people. It takes you down.
It does. It does. Now, right along with that is your kids are a little bit small. Mark isn't. He can help. And so I bring in people. You know, what can they do to help? And then it becomes, especially with young kids, you're teaching them skills. You're helping them. It's an informal talk time. So you get a chance to talk. And so you're actually dovetailing some time, and you're teaching skills and priorities and values at the same time. So I like both of those. You
want people to keep the why in perspective as well.
Absolutely, and that's where, you know, the motivation, you know, get your mindset changing, and that it becomes this nourishing opportunity.
I love that. I love that. You also are a fan of those pre-prepped items in the store, in some cases, in some cases.
Actually, I've used them a lot.
I love this.
Now, I do like to cook, and I love to cook from scratch, but I'm not opposed to buying the pre-shredded cheese or the chopped nuts or, you know, things that are already done, the minced garlic, you know, things that I use on a regular basis. I use it. I've actually been known to buy a bottle of pickles and put it in my own home canning jar as well. So, you know, you don't have to do it yourself. You can bring in those other things.
Just when I think after 12 years I couldn't love you more, this moment just cemented that love with an avidity. Any time-saving tips on actually figuring out what to make?
Oh, yes. In fact, that's a big one. You know, the most time that we spend is that it's 5 o'clock and we need to have dinner by 5:30, and what am I going to fix? And so, you know, things just go right off the top of your head. You can't think about it. So keeping just a simple list. Now, my mother used to make menus, and it had lunch, dinner, and supper, and breakfast, and Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
She'd plan out breakfast?
She did. You know, when I was younger, I still remember those. You know, so she had it all out there. But I've simplified. It's just a simple list of meals that we like, or that I would like, or that extended family would like. And so I can quickly look at that and I say, oh, yeah, I like macaroni and cheese. Macaroni and cheese, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Actually, I bought the prepared macaroni and cheese as well.
Not the box, so good. This conversation feels so good. No, but I like that idea of having a loosely structured meal plan.
Absolutely.
Because in certain situations, in certain dinner time moments, you're able to pull things together in a pinch and not stick with that prescribed plan no matter what.
Yep. Keep it handy. Keep it visual. And then it's a reminder. It also becomes your grocery list that you can use. So very, very handy.
As far as time saving as well, you say when it comes to kitchen clutter, less is more.
Absolutely. Now, I have a tendency to buy.
Don't we all?
I don't think, I'm not the only one. And sometimes those items that you purchased and then they sit for years and are never used because you can't find them, or it's lost in a drawer, or whatever it is. And so if you're not using it on a regular basis, get it out. You know, just use the simple things. And so I try to simplify as well.
Saves you rummage time.
Well, it saves me walking up and down the stairs.
Walking up and down the stairs time, stress time. Just feeling that clutter, I think, adds to the weight of our stress in those situations.
And if it's there handy and it's something I use and I'm using my list, then it's, oh yeah, I can fix dinner, and here's the equipment that I need right there.
Let's dovetail into a few gadgets you say are worth it, that you say really every kitchen cook, home cook should have to help make their cooking process more efficient.
Okay, now this is my list, and so everyone is a little bit different, but I have 2 different things right here. I love the food processor. And when I'm doing bulk, and yes, I do buy in bulk, I'll process it all at once. So shred the cheese, or chop some nuts, or, you know, do some things. But this also takes up space on the counter. So I don't use it all the time. I love a box grater because it's handy to pick up. I can shred the cheese, and this goes immediately into the dishwasher, and it's cleaned up quick.
Quick and easy.
So this is one. This is another one if you need to have an appliance that you're using with it.
Okay, what else makes your kitchen essential list?
Okay, I I love my big KitchenAids,
Yes.
you know, and I'll bring those out, and that actually is one of those items that stays out on the counter. But it's back in the counter so I can use my workspace, and I still have to bring it out. And sometimes it's just easier to use the little handheld, and so I keep this just in a handy cupboard and use. And then the second one right along with that, I'm going to pull these out, whisks. I love whisks, and whenever I can use a whisk or beater instead of my big KitchenAid, I'll do that. And this, again, just drops right into the dishwasher, and it's clean and ready to go. So, variety of whisks. They do not take us up as much space. Really save me time.
And a durable whisk can go far
durable,
too, right?
you bet. And multiple. One of the time savers is that I don't have to stop to wash to go on to the next task. So, if I can just put that in the dishwasher and go on with a new one, that's perfect.
You're famous for your cow spatula around here.
And I keep those handy, one, because they start to wear out. I don't know if you see that. So, you know, replace them. But these are the silicones so that you can go from cold to hot. Immediately I can stir a pan or I can stir some baked goods and it's handy to go. And the same thing, I'll have multiple so that I can just throw one in the dishwasher and keep working.
You recommend a good pair of kitchen scissors.
Yeah, that's a very good one. Okay, 4, now I like to chop things, but when you have simple items that you need to do, and I have a small set that I usually use, but instead of putting things onto a cutting board,
that's so much
easier.
Just,
absolutely.
Look
put
at
it
that.
in a little bowl.
Yeah.
You're snipping it, and then you have it ready to go. And I don't know about you, but those little ends of the herbs that are left behind on the cutting board, I hate to clean those off.
They're a pain.
So that saves time too.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
What else?
Okay, this is probably a big one. Our knives. Sharp knives will just eliminate a lot of time, and the right knives. So, for example, if I'm slicing the tomato with this big one, and it's not sharp, all I'm doing is smashing it.
Right.
And so another thing I keep in hand, I don't say go out and get all your best and expensive knives right off, you know, but this is well worth it, you know, just getting a sharpener so that you can sharpen them at the last minute and use. Okay, and a serrated knife is going to work much better with those tomatoes than my big knife with it. So the right knife, have a sharpening tool, keep it sharp, and use it from there.
An ice cream scoop?
Yeah, I keep a variety of these handy as well. They're just handy to measure, to dish out, to make even or equal, and so very handy as well.
All right, saving us time in the kitchen, one tip, one technique at a time. Becky, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I look forward to my next jar of homemade pickles.
All right.